And welcome back to the Factor Uncensored. No booty shorts or salt meat showing. Put up that fat back and cover that damn crack. A move that made national headlines. Houston's own Turkey Leg Hut creating a dress code to ensure a family-friendly atmosphere in their business. Some said it targeted certain groups or people. Others say it's necessary to keep clowns from showing out in a three-ring circus. Now another Houston restaurant, Taste Bar and Kitchen, says we support Turkey Leg Hut, and we're doing the same damn thing. We called in two etiquette experts to school those who are doing the most way too much. And joining us now here on the Factor Uncensored is Monica and Darian Lewis from the Monica Lewis School of Etiquette. So Monica and Darian, in 2021, you got the year right, 2020.
Right. We're right in it with you.
Why do we have to tell grown-ass people how to dress in a restaurant? Why don't we already know that?
Well, you know what? I think there sometimes people have forgotten that dining out is a luxury. So it's not a necessity. And so whatever that restaurant has set for that particular establishment, the rules, it is for us to follow it. That is the rule of protocol, following the rules, right?
But the question was, why do we still have to tell people how to dress?
It's
because normally people are defiant.
Yeah.
We don't like rules and we don't like change. And so we resist that that need to comply. So that's what you're basically seeing. It's just psychology happening.
And what about the wrong type of dress that the restaurants are pushing back against? They're saying saggy and hanging pants and too much skin being shown. Why do we think that's appropriate for a restaurant? That's for a nightclub. That shouldn't even be for anything, but why do we think that's appropriate?
Now, I don't know, because I don't dress like that. So, but from my understanding, the restaurant is a family style, one to attract families into the restaurant. And so sometimes if you have not been taught as a child, you sometimes have to be taught as an adult, okay? And so with that being said, it's for us, if that is not the restaurant of your choice, meaning that if you choose not to follow the rules, take your power of choice back. You can choose to go somewhere else.
But who's going to open the door to you and embrace that kind of dress?
There are many businesses and there are many places that will embrace you, but it's the choice that you have as a patron or as a customer. But it's also the same thing with that business owner. When they open that establishment, they have an ideal client or a target market that they're trying to hit. And so sometimes we may not fit in that ideal client sphere, and don't get offended though, because they're focusing after a specific clientele, and just because you like that item or you enjoy that experience there doesn't mean that that's their intent. So when they say, oh, well, this is the rule and this is those standards, then you can't push back on it because you have the ability to go and find it or create it yourself.
And look, they had a whole entire year, 2020, to think about what we're going to change.
Yeah.
And so, look, they already had rules established. And sometimes we as business owners go in and modify the rules because either the rules were not clear enough, or it's getting out of hand, or this is not the idea that what we pictured our business to look like. And so you as the business owner, you as the person who paid the taxes, should be able to make those rules. Now, I think a lot of times we think discrimination is, because we feel like this only fit a certain type of people, which is wrong. It does not, because it didn't say this type of people cannot wear this in here. Discrimination means a certain group of people, we're targeting you. But anybody I've seen in every ethnicity wear those type of clothes. So I really believe that we as a culture need to be able to adapt and be willing to follow and not buck the system so much.
Exactly.
What we saw, guys, you can recall, I think maybe about a year or so ago, there was a video that came out of Dallas, a restaurant there, where the owner had to verbally,
chastise some clients.
Chastise those who were in the restaurant for their behavior, for dancing on tables. Why do we still have to deal with that?
Because you've been pent up for 16 months almost, and so all of those behaviors and all of that didn't stop. you know, it's just gotten bottled up. And so now you're just going to see this, you know,
they're going to do the most.
It's going to be the most. It's going to be almost like an eruption. So before things kind of go back to normal, you're going to see this uptick in like this outlandish behavior. But what we should recognize and remember is that society determines what is acceptable and what's not acceptable.
Right.
And this speaks to us as a society. You know, we have gotten away from decency, and we've made everyone who tries to hold a standard, we made them out to be the bad guy.
Right.
When we really should be examining ourselves. Why are we so comfortable with presenting ourselves in this manner? And, you know, and if that's your way of presenting yourself in public, then you also have to be ready for the questions, or ready for, you know, kind of the side eyes and those types of things. But at the end of the day, that business has a right to determine if they want to set a dress code, or if they would like to establish a particular procedure. And you as the client, you have the ability to say yes or no. You vote with your dollar.
Respect yourself, folks, by dressing your best when you go out.